If your daughter don't look like you light skin, and you all into the light skin supremacy culture, if you a light skinned mother with a dark skinned daughter, you got to start from birth making that girl love her chocolate skin. You got to start from birth defending your daughter against light skin supremacy, racism, and discrimination. Sometimes I cringe when I see a light skinned mother with a dark skinned daughter. Sometimes I cringe when I see, because a lot of light skinned mothers will reject their dark skinned daughters unconsciously. Pop off. Getting back to mothers and daughters. If you want your daughter to hate you, let me tell you the quickest ways you can get your daughter to hate you. One of the quickest ways you can destroy the relationship with your daughter. One of the quickest ways you could destroy the relationship with your daughter. I'm talking to black mothers. And hit the Cash App while y'all at it, $FDMG School. Hit the Cash App while y'all at it. This is RB Jesus. You get it? RBG Zus. RBG Zus. This is RB Jesus talking to you. RBG EZUZ. RBG EZUZ. RBG EZUZ. RB Jesus. I'm the Jesus of the RBG movement. I'm the Black Christ. I'm the Messiah of 21st century Pan-Africanism. RB Jesus. But the quickest way, there you go. RB Jesus. There you go. Hashtag RB Jesus. RBG EZUZ. RB Jesus. Don't hate my brother, because that's what your girl going to say when she pull up on King Kong. She going to say RB Jesus. That's what your girl going to say when she see me. 6'3" North Philly beard. She going to say RB Jesus, okay? So don't hate my brother. Don't hate. I'll take your queen from you. And you know she'd rather be with me than you, so let's not go there. Ladies, the quickest way to make your daughter hate you. The quickest way to make your daughter hate you. Number one, call her unattractive. Women are socialized to be sexually attractive to men. I think we socialize them too early. Women are socialized to be sexually attractive to men. I think we socialize them too early. Women are socialized to be sexually attractive to men. I think we socialize them too early. Criticizing the way your black daughter looks. Lord have mercy. I've seen black women criticize their daughter's physical traits as early as 3 years old. Your nose is too big. Your lips are too big. Your hair is too nappy. You don't say that to your daughter. You ugly, too black, too yellow looking. You not shaped right. You shaped funny. You too fat. You gaining too much weight. You want to turn your daughter against you, black mother? You want to turn? I drank coconut milk. My beautiful melanin drip skin, this is all ancestors. This is all ancestors right here. My dark chestnut skin, that's from the ancestors. Nothing I can do. You got some Ghana ancestors, some Congolese ancestors, some Cameroonian ancestors, some Nigerian ancestors. You got some Cuban African ancestors up there. You understand me? This is all ancestral beauty here. You understand? Don't hate the player, please hate the game. Don't hate the player, please hate the game. I only drink coconut milk. Regular milk gives me gas. I can't do cow's milk. It gives me gas. I'm lactose intolerant and I'm Negropean intolerant. I said I'm lactose intolerant and I'm Negropean intolerant. I said I'm lactose intolerant. You know what? I got a taste for a sweet potato pie. Any of my Philly queens could whip me up a sweet potato pie? Can any of my Philly queens whip me up? Any of my South Jersey queens, can you whip me up a sweet potato pie? Any of my Delaware, where my Delaware queens at? Can one of my Delaware queens whip me up a sweet potato pie? One of my South Jersey, my Camden queens, my Willingboro queens, can you whip me up a sweet potato? What about where my West Philly, where my Southwest Philly queens at? Can I get a sweet potato pie? Anyway, let us refresh. I don't think I want a vegan sweet potato pie. No disrespect to the vegan mafia. I love the vegan mafia. FDMG going to be 90% raw and vegan. But I do not think I want a sweet potato pie with vegan ingredients. No disrespect. Rest in peace to Dr. Sabi. No disrespect. Rest in peace to Dr. Laila Africa. No disrespect. But my sweet potato pie got to be ghetto ingredients. My sweet potato pie got to be made by the hands of a black queen with regular ghetto ingredient. I want regular milk in my sweet potato. I want eggs. I want nutmeg. I want the raw. I don't want no vegan ass sweet potato pie. I don't want, that's not going to taste. It's going to be thin. It's going to be all watery. I don't want that shit. I'm sorry. I love my vegans. I'm going to be vegan one day soon. Okay. But my sweet potato pie, I need that to be ghetto. I need raw, down south, soul food ingredients. Your wife makes great pumpkin pie. Tell her to hook up Dr. Umar with the pumpkin pie, King. Just tell her to make me the pie. I don't want to see the wife, though. Respect to the family. Tell her to make me the pie. I don't want to see the wife, though. Respect to the family. Tell her to make me the pie. I don't want to see the wife, though. Respect to the family. Because if I see her and I'm eating her food, that's a bond. We don't need the bonds like that. We got to keep the bonds right. Because the way to a man's stomach and the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. So just give me the pie. Don't let me see the queen. We don't even want to go into that. Respect black love. Pass me the pie. I don't want to see the queen. Pass me the pie. Don't let me see the queen. She's already taken. Just pass me the pie. Just pass me the pie. Ladies, do not criticize your daughter's physical traits. Do not criticize your daughter's physical traits. Trauma, you got some sweet potato pie for me in Alabama? But why is your name Trauma, though? That's very scary, my sister, for a black woman to call herself Trauma. I don't like that name. I don't like trauma for you, my Alabama queen. I do not like you calling yourself Trauma. Why do you call yourself Trauma? Trauma is not a good thing to be, my sister. Trauma is not a good thing to be, my sister. Trauma is, I need you to change that name, Trauma. There's nothing good about trauma. That's like calling yourself death, calling yourself a plague, calling yourself abuse. I don't need you calling yourself Trauma. I need you to change that. The curvaceous one. Uh-oh. She named herself 5'5" thick in the thighs, but we consciousness over cookies right now. And we politics over punani right now. We revolution over romance. Ladies, do not criticize your daughter's looks. Do not criticize your daughter's looks. Light-skinned mothers. I want to talk to light-skinned mothers right now. Light-skinned mothers with dark-skinned daughters, listen up. Light-skinned mothers with dark-skinned daughters, listen up. African vanilla, African lemonade, pina colada, African women with fudge daughters, chocolate daughters, dark brown, sweet brown sugar daughters. Listen to me. There is nothing worse than a light-skinned mother. There is nothing worse than a light-skinned mother parading her light-skinned features in front of her dark-skinned daughter. Because all you're going to do is make your dark-skinned daughter hate herself. If your daughter don't look like you light-skinned, and you all into the light-skinned supremacy culture, if you a light-skinned mother with a dark-skinned daughter, you got to start from birth making that girl love her chocolate skin. You got to start from birth defending your daughter against light-skinned supremacy, racism, and discrimination. That's right. You got to tell your mother, if you're not going to spend time with my chocolate daughter, the way you spend with my butter almond daughter, the way you spend with my pina colada daughter, you won't see none of my daughters. You will not mistreat my chocolate daughter. You got to tell your boyfriend, your husband, you will not mistreat my dark-skinned daughter. Light-skinned mothers, you got to go to war for your chocolate daughter. I see too many light-skinned mothers making their dark-skinned daughters feel inferior by not validating their African features. You got to validate your chocolate daughter's African features, because she will have a beauty complex the rest of her life. She will never think she looks good enough because her mother was a light-skinned supremacist. Not light-skinned, but a light-skinned supremacist, meaning you think light is better, and you got a chocolate daughter. All your friends are light-skinned? What are you saying to your daughter? You ain't got no dark-skinned friends. All the pictures in the house is light skin and white. What are you saying to your daughter when all you do is light-skinned people, light-skinned pictures, light-skinned movies, light-skinned activities? You telling your daughter she not good enough. You never have to open your mouth. She can see it through example. You never have to open your mouth. Your daughter can see it through example. You never have to open your mouth. Your daughter can see it through example. Sometimes I cringe when I see a light-skinned mother with a dark-skinned daughter. Sometimes I cringe when I see a light-skinned mother with a dark-skinned daughter. Sometimes I cringe when I see, because a lot of light-skinned mothers will reject their dark-skinned daughters unconsciously. I've seen light-skinned mothers reject their dark-skinned daughters, and I've seen dark-skinned mothers reject their light-skinned daughters. I've had women tell me, my mother said I came out too light. My mother says she don't like me. I look too much like the white man. We got to get over this. Black is black no matter how light. Black is black no matter how dark. We got to get over the skin color wars, brothers and sisters. Do not criticize your daughter's beauty. Number 2, don't criticize your daughter in front of other people. Lord have mercy. There is nothing worse than a mother who berates her daughter in front of other people. Lord have mercy. If you got to give your daughter some feedback, take her into another room. If you got to give your daughter some feedback, go out to breakfast, lunch, or dinner. You got to give your daughter some feedback, go for a walk in the park. Black mother, don't you ever criticize your daughter in front of other people. And don't compare your daughters with her sisters. Lord have mercy. If you got 5 daughters, you better treat them the same, and you better never show favoritism. Don't you ever compare one child to the next. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. You are sowing the seeds of sibling rivalry. You are sowing the seeds of sibling rivalry. You are showing the seeds of sibling rivalry, and your daughters will hate each other because the mother put them against each other. Oh, my oldest daughter was a lawyer. My second oldest daughter got married and started a business. My youngest daughter, she ain't nobody. She ain't doing nothing with her life. She just a waste. I wish I never had that child. She ain't had nothing but problems since I had. You don't say nothing like that about your child. And guess what? The child you criticize might be the only one to take care of your ass when you get old. That same child you criticizing might be the only one who loves you enough to take care of you when you get old. That child you beating up on, black woman, you better be careful, because you got 6 kids, but the one you treating like shit might be the one that stop you from going to the old folks' home. Karma is one hell of a force. Karma is one hell of a force. Karma is one hell of a force. When God created karma, I don't even know if the Lord knew what the Lord was doing when the Lord gave birth to the concept of as you sow, so shall you reap. As you sow, so shall you reap. As you sow, so shall you reap. Don't talk about your daughter's color. Don't talk about her looks. Don't criticize her in front of other people. And you know what else you better not do? If you want a good relationship with your daughter, do not put your boyfriend or your husband in front of your child. Lord have mercy. Lord, I think 40% of the women I know who don't like their mother, 40% of the women I know who don't like their mother, 40% of the women I know who don't like their mother is due to the fact that the mother put the man above their child. And some of you have chosen men who have sexually abused your child. Oh, Lord have mercy. You are still with the man who sexually abused your daughter. She will hate you. She will despise you. Don't put no man in front of your child. That go for fathers too. Most of this wisdom is good for the daddy. Hit the PayPal, paypal.me/FDMG Academy. Hit the PayPal. That's why Frederick Douglass, Marcus Garvey, I'm going to have healing sessions. I'm going to have healing sessions for women abused by their mother. I'm going to have healing sessions for women abused by their father. I'm going to have healing sessions for men abused by their dad. I'm going to have healing sessions for men abused by their mother. I'm going to have healing sessions for the ex-offenders and healing sessions for the chemically addicted and those who are suffering from an intoxication of white supremacy and culture. Because most of us need a detox from white supremacy and culture. Most black people have overdosed on their addiction to white supremacy and culture. Lord have mercy. Am I preaching right now? Is R.B. Jesus preaching? Is R.B. Jesus preaching right now? Is R.B. Jesus preaching right now? You need a detox from white culture. Snow bunny crisis, man. We're going to have a snow bunny crisis therapy. All black men with snow bunnies. I'm going to have a therapeutic session for you coons. All black men who are bunny hopping around the country, I'm going to have a therapeutic session for you. Try to get you on back to the race. Try to get you on back to the race. Trying to get you on, got to detox from white culture, white racism. Time to detox. Black mothers, spend time with your daughters. Spend time with your daughters. Stop being jealous of your daughter. Too many black women are competing with their daughters. Too many black women are competing with their daughters. Stop competing with your daughter. Okay, she looks better than you looked at her age, but that's your daughter. Be proud. You brought her into the world. If you didn't have a European ego, see, the European's ego begins with himself. The African egos begin with the family. European ego begins with the individual. African ego begins with the family. European ego begins with the self. African ego begins with the family. What I'm saying in African culture, anybody in the family do good, I'm doing good. Anybody in the family hit the lottery, I hit the lottery. Anybody in the family got a doctorate degree, I got a doctorate degree. Anybody in the family open up their own business, I open up my own business. Anybody in the family doing their thing, I'm doing my thing. African ego is the family. Brothers and sisters and cousins and aunts and uncles, if anybody do well, we all do well because the family is the basic unit of existence, not the individual. Be proud of your daughter. That's an extension of yourself. Why are you beating up on yourself? Why are you beating up on your daughter? You got low self-esteem, so you want your daughter to have low self-esteem. Stop. You got low self-esteem, so you want your daughter to have low self-esteem. Stop.